Hello everyone, GenmaTheSamurai here, and welcome back to this part of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Alright, so, last part, we basically explored a little bit more of Snowhead, got ourselves the Goron Lullaby, and opened up the entryway to the next dungeon, while also doing a few Goron-linked side quests along the way. We also got ourselves the Razor Blade, and yeah, we're ready to go. Oh yeah, so actually, really quick, I'm gonna be really careful not to bump into that. Because I will go flying off into death. Right over here is actually the fairies fountain. I immediately went left because I was trying to go like that way, but then I was like, oh yeah, you can just easily go right, and then you'll arrive right at the fairy fountain. So this part is really tricky to try and actually roll up, especially on the GameCube version with its controls. There we go. Whew! Snowhead Temple. Alright, let's go. This is kind of big. It's gonna take more than average strength to move this thing. Yeah, well, we got this. Oh, hello. Okay, you pretty much want to just do this. That kills all of the ones that surround you at any given point, so let's go. Oh, heart. There we go. Alright. So yeah, when you see big blocks like this, you're going to want to push it with a Goron form. I'm actually not going to really need to be in my human form that often. Actually, you know, I'll do it just so I can take out this thing. I want to use this sword. Alright. Now, I kind of wish there was a counter that told me how many uses I have on that, so I know, like, how careful to be because of the stupid rule. I don't like that rule. I said it last part. I'll say it again. Not a fan. That said, I wonder. I mean, it certainly seems possible. I was just thinking, like, maybe I could have used, like, the hot spring water. But I'm not gonna actually care about that. So anyway, right. So let's go over here, and you may have noticed that there was a stray fairy up there. Also, Gorons are immune to lava. You can stand in it for pretty much as long as you want, and you'll be fine. You might take damage gradually, but I don't know. I don't think you do, so you're good. Just be careful not to touch it as Deku Link. Because Deku Link will instantly die upon contacting that. So, yeah, okay. As you can see, it looks like there are, like, ways to shoot it, but there's actually fake walls and stuff, so, yeah. Okay, so let's bring out the Great Fairy Mask. Alright, come here. Alright, you found a stray fairy. This is your first one. Yep. So, let's equip the good old Goron mask, and, yeah, I think we're good in terms of things that are back here. Oh, okay. There we go, there's another stray fairy. Now the reward you get for this one is a bit more worth than the one from, the previous dungeon. You guys will see when I get it, but just trust me, if you're playing this along with me in any capacity, that you definitely make sure to do this one. And also make sure to turn it in after you complete the dungeon, because just real talk right now, guys, like, it's not easy. Anyway, let's go up here. Like, this is probably one of the harder dungeons in the game, or at least it's, like, it's tedious. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of this one. Okay, yes? At slippery places like this, you can curl up a Goron and roll your way across. Why don't you try it? Okay, so what Tattle is trying to explain here is that if you curl up first, and then you go here, you have ample time to just kind of rev up in comparison to other surfaces. If you just try to immediately roll off, it won't work out for you. So there's actually two ways we can go right now. We're actually going to head over here first. I have a few reasons for doing that. Okay, so right over here is another stray fairy. Now this is a real bomb shoe. You want to be careful with these. I just kind of shield into them and they kind of kill themselves. So let's go over here and open this. But yeah, you can't really do anything in this room aside from get that stray fairy and this chest. It'll be important later on in the dungeon, but for now, it doesn't really do anything, so yeah. Yeah, I'll show off more about this room later when I come back to it. Right. So this dungeon can be a little bit on the confusing and long side. There's just a lot of places you can go, and it has to deal with elevation and stuff. It's not as bad as the Ice Palace. Like, you're seeing all these floors right now. It's not as bad as the Ice Palace from, say, Link to the Past with it, but it definitely has its moments. So I think the first thing, though, I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that ice. Now, you're probably going to... Now, this is, like, you know, a little bit more thinking involved with this one than, you know, like... there you go. It's pretty nice and simple like that. Is there a way for me to do that with that one? Okay, I did not mean... whatever. I don't think so. No, that's not, like, even close to the correct angle for it. Now, you notice that there's, like, those weird, like, blue-shaped things that look important? Or, like, the blue-colored ones. Yes, they are important. You're gonna want to remember them. Okay, so there's a switch here. Let's step on it. And a chest appears. So let's go and open it. Doop. And it's a stray fairy if I can grab it. There we go. Okay. I kind of wish these healed like regular fairies. Okay, so those don't go up. If we go in here, there isn't really a lot to see here that we can actually interact with. You can see there's a Deca flower, but it's frozen and we have no way of unfreezing it. So, in many ways, it's probably best to forget about it for now, and we're just going to continue onward. So, yeah. Now, this dungeon is actually pretty well designed, but again, as you're kind of going back and forth between floors at points, especially for your first time playing it, this is a dungeon I actually really highly recommend if you're going to attempt it. In many ways, just do it on the first cycle, or the first day. I meant not the first cycle. No, the first day, because, yeah, you're gonna get really lost in here, and literally just use the Song of Double Time to skip for the sword thing. Don't do it while you're doing this dungeon. I'm doing it because why not? And plus it gives me a little bit of time to use the razor sword. Not a lot, but a little bit of time. And to me, that's fine enough. So there's a specific place you kind of want to move this block. So let's just continue pushing it. Yeah, that key back there that was behind this block is just very like cleverly placed. You would easily miss that. I'm gonna conserve using the sword for obvious reasons, so okay, let's go. Alright, so it doesn't really seem like I have any means of actually, like, destroying that. So, okay, what's in... Okay, so it's this room. Right. Oh, that's right, so in the entrance that I cleared up... Okay, I know what to do. So let's actually go back to the entrance. Then we're gonna go over here, and there's a locked door we can open now. Sweet. Okay. Oh, of course. There we go. I still want to be really careful. I mean, I have lots of uses of this thing. So, being careful at all, I should be fine. So, yeah. I just kind of want to use it a little bit because it is really good. Now, those enemies die from, like, pretty much any, like, jump attack to the back. But yeah. Okay, so this one is kind of a bull crud stray fairy placement. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Like, you wouldn't think to do that. I mean, I guess it is, like, a weird place to have a crate, sure, but why? But okay. So let's open up this chest, though. Okay. So let's go back over here. And yeah, also coming back to some of these dungeons later when you have, like, some of the later gear, since a lot of things reset due to the whole, like, you know, 3-day mechanic. Going back in time actually can be fun, going back to old dungeons, because there's actually lots of ways you can kind of zip-zap around these dungeons quickly. Watch out for the stalactites. And yeah, so if you see kind of ice on the wall like that, that means there's like an invisible wall thing there typically. It's pretty easy to figure out, so just keep that in mind. Right, so what you're going to want to do here, we're going to bring out the arrows, and we're going to shoot at the stalactites, the really big ones. Boop. Okay, so... wow. Okay, so you gotta shoot it with the correct timing, because I'm just wasting arrows by doing it the way I'm doing it. So, let's do that. And boop. There we go. I'm just gonna get all of them, because why not? Okay. Then probably one last one. And there we go. Okay, so let's grab this, and darn it, that's fine though. So overall, this is just a really, I'm unequipping you, Bunny Hood. Okay, this is just a very, like, well-designed game. I definitely, like, appreciate the level of challenge that it delivers. Again, the design of this is very different from most 3D Zeldas. Okay, well, I just got spiked. And that's just the fact that, like, I don't know, it's challenging, but it also, like, just is very... it's different than Ocarina. Okay? I'll leave it at that. And I kind of like it, so, I don't know. Alright, and we got ourselves a small key. So let's go over here and open the door. Okay, so this room also kinda has a bullcrud-y fairy placement. So let's equip the good old Lens of Truth. Well, I actually need the bow and arrow. Let's unequip the Goron form and equip the Great Fairy Mask. My reasoning for this is as such. If you look up here, yeah. So let's do this. Alright, come to me. Alright. So let's equip the Goron mask once again, and we're gonna pound onto this. And the main reason I want to do that is very simple. Also, if I, like, sneeze soon, you guys will know why. I don't know why, but, like, my nose is, like, really irritated right now. What in the world? But anyway, let's go over here. And, yeah. So let's pound this switch. Okay. So this puzzle is a little weird. Basically, what you want to do is do that, and then roll back over. Oh, no, that's not what you want to do. You want to go onto this. Okay. Boop. Alright, so those guys are all gonna jump at me. Okay. There we go. Alright. And we made it. So let's open the door. Okay, so this part is kind of tricky. Let's roll and get across. Alright, you guys ready for the fun part? Okay, so this is really easy to mess up. Okay. You don't want to fall. Like, ever. Okay, so it's this room. Let's wait. Okay. So, right here, we're gonna start revving up, and then we're gonna go across. Okay. And there we go. So, guys, I think you can probably guess what's gonna be through this door. No. Okay. Oh, there we go. And some rupees. So let's go. Alright, mini boss time. So this is Wizrobe. Or the Wizrobe. They are actually common reoccurring enemies in Zelda games. Okay, so this is a little weird. In the original version of this game, there's actually a way to cheese this. Basically, if you look at the mini-map, you can see where he appears for some reason. It just is an X. I don't know why they made that a thing, if like the whole idea was to look around the room and find him. But, that's completely, the whole purpose of that is gone. And that was removed in 3D, so it's a situation where 3D made it actually more difficult. So, yeah. I don't know why, but either way. Now, I probably shouldn't have paid attention to that. I won't do it next time I fight one of those things, because, just letting you guys know, you're going to fight them multiple times. But for some reason, yeah, the mini-map tells you where they are. I can also turn that off really easily with the R button, or the L. Actually, it's the L button. I'm actually playing this on an N64, so even then that would still not be correct, but still. It's really weird. So we got ourselves the fire arrows. I didn't even comment on that. So, yeah. Basically, the whole gimmick with these dungeons, though, is you kind of get, like, the main, like, unique item you need to progress outside of the dungeons themselves. Which is a little bit different, because, okay, there is, like, an item you need to progress, but they're all themed around the bow and arrow. So in this case, we got the fire arrow, so, yeah, in the last dungeon, we got the bow and arrow in general. So, I don't know, I kind of like it. But anyway, you want to be really careful with this part. Okay. And stray fairy. Alright. So, yeah, if I shoot that, the platform will rise and stuff like that. Do I have to go? Yes, I do. I do have to go down there. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the whole point of me going down here is actually pretty darn simple. Let's do this. Yeah. So you kind of one-shot these dudes with Goron Link, which is great. You can also do it with the fire arrows, which is cool. I need magic more than I need arrows, though. Alright, and a chest appears. Okay, so let's go and grab it. Gosh, I don't know how long this part is going to be. We're already at 21 minutes. This is kind of a long dungeon. We aren't even up to the actual complicated part yet. This is this is where it starts to get more complicated, because it starts giving me a lot more paths to choose from. But it's going to get really complicated pretty darn soon. So let's go over here and shoot you and shoot behind you. Okay. So I really need some more magic. And the reason I went back over here, in comparison to back into the other halls, I want to make sure that I get, like, the right thing. Oh, no, no, I'm supposed to... Okay, no. I'll come back up here, because I can really easily do that now. Now that, like, that one path has opened up. So actually we are going to go over here. So, my bad. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any keys or anything, because that crud's kind of important. So... Yeah. Okay. So, I guess I'm just gonna kill all of you. So, another thing that makes this a bit easier in 3D is that, again, your reward for doing the stray fairies of the first dungeon in 3D was an extended magic bar. But yeah, I don't have that in this one, so I kind of have to run off this really tiny magic bar when I'm fighting these. So, it's definitely a struggle. So let's open this up, and stray fairy. Okay. So, let's do this. Alright. Where in the world? Alright, and the door is open. Okay, so let's do it. Let's head over there. Alright. So I don't know. What do you guys think of the dungeon design of this place by the time I'm done with it? I've definitely done this dungeon a lot, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but it is really confusing. So there we go. Now this is where it starts getting a bit more complicated. So I think now is also the time for us to go back into that one room and kind of head back up. So let's actually head over here. I love... have I commented on that yet? I love the weird flips that Link does in this, like, game in comparison to, like, I don't know. It's super unnecessary, but it is cool looking. Like, I don't know. It's really cool. Anyway. You know, you would think I would talk about that sooner, but I don't know. I probably have. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Well, either way, let's go over here. Also, I hope my commentary is engaging. I've literally, this is the third part I've recorded in a row. I've been doing this entire cycle in one session so far. And I'm probably going to make it all one session, just because the way this game is structured, I feel that's the better way to go. Because otherwise, I'd have to definitely rely on the unreliable save statues that can, you know, potentially, like, you know, crash the game and stuff, and I don't want to risk that. So yeah, okay. So this gets more complicated in the fact that I have to start doing this. Yep. So the pillar got smaller, and there's two more up there that I also have to destroy. Very careful. Also, remember that exists. Just putting that out there. Let's do this. Well, I mean, you don't have to remember that exists. I'm gonna be going for it, but it's not gonna be easy to go for. Okay, so we're gonna be able to destroy the remaining two blocks here really easily. I can do that. Okay, sort of easily. I have to go through another one of these, like, patches of snow over here. Oh, boy. Ooh. That scared me. Okay, let's do this. Alright. So, let's actually go through this door, since it looks like it's open and everything to us, so let's go. Okay. I'm just gonna kill you. Alright, there we go. So, let's equip the Great Fairies mask again for, you can probably guess, reasons. And, yeah, this one is really obvious. Just right there. So let's do it. Huh, the jingle didn't go this time. Alright. It's weird how an arrow can destroy an entire, like, whatever. Okay. Oh, there's one ceiling I need to worry about. Okay, well, I need magic. Come on. Come on! Okay. Alright. I don't know how many more uses of my sword I have left. That's the thing that like scares me about the sword. I really don't like it. I mean, I'm not mashing it by any means. I'm using it very conservatively. So, I mean, I should even be good enough to use it on the boss. But okay. The main reason I asked that was because I knew these guys were in this room over here. Okay, could you just stand still? Okay, so I have to regular sword you. Okay, I don't... You know what? Fudge that. What in the world is up with you? Alright. Well, that could have been a lot of sword uses. I don't know if it counts on, like, impact with an enemy or just swinging it in general. Because that could be a problem from just now. Okay. I don't know how to struggle with those enemies. I never struggle with those. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so let's actually get back onto the middle platform here. Okay, that did not sound pleasant. Alright. So there's that over there. I could try to reach it with the bunny hood. Dare I? Let's go for it! Oh my gosh, I made it. Okay. Let's open this. Alright, stray fairy. Oh, hello. Okay. So I can use the Deku flower here. Alright. So let's do this. Yeah, that one's probably the worst one in this whole place. It's really easy to not see there. I mean, on the mini-map you can tell that there's a chest there. So that's probably like your biggest hint, that there's like a chest in the corner of the room and that there's like a patch of white there. I don't think it's the greatest hint in the world though. Well, either way, let's go. So there's definitely... How many stray fairies have I gotten? 13 out of 15. Okay, so on 1F there's like 2 treasure chests left. There probably are stray fairies. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to check those out. Good lord. Oh, that's right! Duh! Yeah, I am not done with this place yet. Okay. I'm gonna worry about this later then. I don't even care. Alright, let's go. Right. So let's head back to the actual first room, because I can actually unfreeze the ice there now. Do I get there from here? Or the others? Whatever. Let's go in here. It's like one of the only directions I can go. So let's head over here. Alright, so let's climb the ladder. Go up. Yeah, I'm just really focused. I should be commentating and joking more. But this dungeon is, like, it takes a lot of thought, because there's a lot of, like, running around and stuff. This one takes, like, the longest. So, I don't think it's the hardest dungeon, but it definitely is, like, one of the longest. And it just kind of drags after a while, because I'm just going back and forth in between a lot of the same rooms. Like, again, I totally forgot to do this, which was very important. Wow, I would have thought that would have one-shot you. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, let's do this. Wow, you didn't hit me. You were like right in front of my face. Okay. Interesting. Well, this dungeon, again, is actually pretty easy to, like, get through. So, I mean, if you guys have, like, a ton of trouble collecting stray fairies and stuff on your first time through one of these dungeons, you could probably come back after you've gotten, like, a later item or something, or even the item of the dungeon, and that will alone make it a lot easier to get through the dungeon again. Doing it the first time around is probably, like, the best option, because then you're done. You don't have to do it again. But if you do end up having to do a dungeon again, for whatever reason, it definitely is not a terrible option. So, let's do this. Boop. Okay, now let's climb up. Alright, and through this door. Alright, and on that side is another chest. I keep saying alright and okay. I know those are my, like, go-to words a lot of the time. I'm sorry about that. And we got all the stray fairies. Okay, since we are fairly close to the entrance, that actually does seem kind of reasonable to kind of just, head there. So, tell you what, guys, we're gonna, like, exit out just like last time, and then we're gonna come right back in here. So, what the... Oh, okay. So the wolf never runs up to hit... Okay, that's kind of lame. Alright, though. Let's go. So, the fairies' cave should be, like, right past here? Wait, what? Oh, no, I should have had left. Yeah, because that takes me back to the... not left, but right. Guys! I don't even know why I'm so bad with, like, saying what direction I'm thinking, like, a lot of the time. Like, that's basic things, and... Okay. So let's get this ability. Oh, it hasn't been that bad. I thought we were up to like 40 minutes. Yeah, I just looked over at the clock thing. Okay. Not as bad as it could be. Oh, wise young one. I am the great fairy of wisdom. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall enhance your magic power. So here it is. Yeah, they basically just switched this one and Woodfalls in 3D. Which... Again, it's curious to me, but whatever. Alright. Your magic power has been enhanced. You now have twice as much magic power. Come see me whenever you are overcome by weariness. Okay. Now, one thing that I'm curious about, that seems like it could be a possible mistake in them doing that, but I'm not sure one way or another in terms of, like, speedrun stuff. Does anyone think it's possible, like, for Nintendo in the 3D remake that, like, they could have, like, messed up and that, like, if you, like, managed to, like, exit, say, one of those fairy fountains in such a way that maybe you could, like, spawn all the way over in another region? No! I'm glad it spawned me there. Like, so because they were originally coded for you to spawn in, like, one area, like, some of it could still remain, maybe? Like, that's essentially what I'm curious about. For real, I'm struggling with this. Okay. Alright. I need to just probably reposition my thumb and very calmly. You want to do, like, baby steps with this. And then full hard right. Okay. There we go. Gotcha. So now we have a larger magic meter, which will be helpful. I won't say much more than that. It will be very helpful. So let's go and get this going. So over here is the other side, and we're going to be heading all the way up now. We are pretty much done with this place. Not a whole lot left. We basically just got to get the boss key, and then fight the boss, and then we're done. This one definitely has been longer than the last dungeon, though, I feel. Has it? I'm pretty sure it has been. It feels longer. Okay. Like, Woodfall Temple is easy cakes. The rest of the dungeons in this are a lot more challenging. So, just something to keep in mind. Right. You don't know, I'm gonna fall down there on purpose. Is there a chest over here? Oh, there's pots. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go. So, yeah. Those are all the stray fairies in this area. I can't believe I forgot about those other ones. Wow. Well, either way, let's go. There's just a whole lot of running around in this darn place. Okay, well, let's go. Alright, so we're gonna want to roll across here. Darn it, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's go back up. Okay. So, across here. Alright. So let's put on the Deacon mask. Guys, my commentary has literally devolved into, alright, okay, alright, okay. And me just kind of playing the game and kind of making noises just to make sure it's commentary. Guys, I am sorry. I am just running out of things to say. Because this place is not very interesting. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I've just kind of said everything I can say about it at this point. Alright, we're going to be turning off the map now. So, okay. Alright. So you really want to be careful. This is still super easy. You just want to watch for the one that's spinning around one place. Yeah. And also listening for it a little bit. Okay. Alright. Aha! I had a feeling you were one of them. Because they'll look like slightly more like visible than the others. On the re-releases, it's really obvious. This one not as obvious. So I was like not sure because of the lighting. So okay. Either way, let's open this up. And we got ourselves the boss key. Okay, let's go. Gosh. So, yeah, with that, we can now enter into the boss door. So, let's go. Oh, man. Oh, so that's a really big fall for you, huh? Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense. He was Deku Link. So, let's go over here, and boom. Man, just the shifting back and forth, though. Again, it's something that I'm actually very appreciative of in, like, Majora 3D. It's just very easy to just kind of navigate menus and just equip things very quickly. Just because of the touchscreen and stuff. But, yeah. Either way, boss time. Okay, so I love this boss fight a lot. It is a really darn fun boss fight. So, alright. Let's shoot a fire arrow at it and wake it up. Why would we choose to wake it up when it's the boss? Because we gotta kill it, guys, somehow. Oh, the frame rate. Okay. Masked mechanical monster goat. Yes, that's how it's spelled. But okay, so this boss is fun. He is so fun. I have to chase after him in Goron form. It's, yeah, all Sonic the Hedgehog style. You just gotta roll around at the speed of sound and just bump into this guy. Darn it. Okay. Yeah, so basically just roll into him, and, yeah, eventually he'll fall over and you can do some added damage. And Majora 3D changed him. He's the least changed in 3D. In 3D, basically the major change they did is they made it so, like, an eyeball grows out of his back, like, depending on how you hit him and stuff. So you would have to actually use the fire arrows to damage him when he falls over. Which is kind of a pointless change, in my opinion, because they're still essentially fighting the boss the same way. You just have less options of attacking him, I guess. That's the only major change. Oh, it's so great when you land that combo that I just did in, where you just knock him over and you can just manage to roll into him and stuff. Now, I'm not sure why Link grows spikes and stuff when he, like, gets, like, fast enough, but I don't know, whatever. Probably fairy magic or something. Ooh. I assume it is body ability. Well, either way, he's dead. Oh, if you guys hear barking, I apologize. And the boss is dead. I apologize for the barking, though, guys. Anyway, one moment. Sorry about that. Anyways, let's go. Oh, man. So, yeah, that was a really cool boss fight. Oh, gosh. Just the mound of rocks over here. Jeez. Well, either way, guys, let's go into the portal and get that mask. You've seized Goat's remains. You have just freed the innocent spirit that this dark mask had kept imprisoned within the body of evil Goat. Cool. Now, I'm not really sure what the name inspiration was for that. They just were like, well, we can't call it Goat. We have no idea what else to call it. Just put an H instead of an A. I don't know. But what exactly are all of you? Okay. Well, it's another giant. Guardians? Guardians? So, you're protective gods? That's why you're in the temples. But where are the protective gods? No, wait, are you listening to me? Hey, wait! Okay. Okay, well there you go, guys. The land has now been returned from the snow, and yeah, still there's a few more things that like I could do, but I'm gonna save it for next part. Yeah, so seriously, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have now returned Snowhead to its spring nature glory. I don't know. Either way, thank you guys so much for tuning into this part of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and yeah, next part. We're gonna be doing a few more side quests, and yeah, probably starting the next cycle. Okay, that's really weird. You never really see it from that angle. Huh. Well, either way, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Alright. Bye!